The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, good evening. Welcome to Sports Collective Media. I'm your host and moderator. I'm Farhan, a.k.a. WDC. I want to thank you for tuning and listening today. As always, we have a very spectacular, important show for you around the sports fans' topics of sports. So, we know you get your highlights from whatever you listen to, ESPN or whatever, but this is not that show. This is more for you as a fan to call in, listen up, give us your input about the highlights and stuff that's going on in sports today. So as you see, my deck is always full. I don't do this alone. So we're going to go around the deck real quick, and then I got a very special segment for the LABC League coming up with the interview from my man Herb Ambois, if I pronounce his last name right. He'll let me know. Who is a player of the game.
Yes, he was.
A few weeks ago in the triple overtime game they had out there at the LABC.
Herb.
So I got his interview coming up. We're going to play a little quick spot from the actual interview from the show, from the game that night, and then we'll get into his interview. So let's go around the deck real quick and reintroduce yourself.
Right on. Thanks for that wonderful introduction, WDC.
What's the count?
This is Big Al right here.
501, actually. Just letting you guys know.
That's right. Coming to you every week with the NBA Alert, as we call it around here, the game where we press the buzzers to alarm.
You got the bells?
I got the bells.
Rock
I got the bells every here. Be sure to follow that on Al Pasquale on Facebook and Instagram for sure.
All right, thank you for that. We'll look forward to it later on today. My name's Oscar Moreno, double O, bringing more than the X's and O's. You can follow me on Instagram, omoreno_1989. And we have a lot to talk about today. NBA playoffs, surprises.
Yes, we do.
So much happening.
Yes. We got a lot of things. But my name is Fredo Cervantes, of course. I bring you nothing but the truth. And I don't lie. I don't BS around here. I give it to you just the way you want it. But, of course, follow me at Fredo Cervantes on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit me up. Hit us up as well here. We also got a call-in line, 323-293-3375, and let us know what's up. And WDC.
Hey, yo, what's the count? So, again, the LABC League is something that I have been working with Americas for about a year and a half, and he finally responded.
Wow,
and,
took him a while.
So it was basically to do what I'm about to do for you in a second, is to integrate his basketball league with all these great men that are playing basketball still. They have these great background careers that we don't get to see in regular TV. So,
Right.
And then here comes Fredo with like, hey, why don't we, I used to do play calling. Why don't we call the game? And I was like, all right, let's see what he says.
Let's do it.
And sure enough, Americas was all in. So Fredo is the main lead on that play-by-play, and we
just ran with it.
We just run with it, man. And so it's been created, and it's live. So Sports Collective Radio, you can Google that, and you will find the previous episodes or the previous games. And again, it's just
there's a lot of games to listen to. So, I mean, there's multiple games, seasons, championship games that were. Oh my god!
Get that app for sure.
Seriously,
please go download that.
There it is. And I mean, if you guys remember, of course, back in the Kangen division, which it ended on April the 2nd with the championship game, amazing with Luis Darby.
We were all there. Yes.
Yeah, we were all there. It was very amazing. It was what did you guys think about the last play though? That last dunk,
man, that was better than.
You got it on
NBA
video.
playoff game almost.
What a way to finish a season, though.
Yeah,
right? Last game of the season, last play, you go in and you dunk.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into this
and posterize
this audio clip of the actual interview and some of the play calling that we do on Sports Collective Radio. So check it out, and then we'll be right back for the interview. Sports Collective TV.
It's a triple overtime, but can we get a Herb in here? I want to speak to your Herb. What an amazing game and a put out. Here comes Ali Maldonado, kicks it to Herb. Herb. O'Day to Mr. Herb. Rebounded by Yancey O'Day. Let's see if O'Day could do something about this.
If Irv scores again, I'd say that's
he's waiting. Yep. Look at him. Hesitates behind
his back.
Drives with a pass to Courtney Burrell.
He's got ball control, too. All right,
now with an easy 9-point lead now. He's making it a very... he's barking. Woo, he's barking. He's hot. Courtney Burrell's hot.
Layup.
Good, and by Herb again.
Yeah. Maybe that's your player of the game.
Yes, that's what I'm calling right here.
Calling Herb?
Herb. It's hard to pick. It's very, very hard to pick, but might have to go with Herb. Rebounded by Herb. 64-62. 34 seconds remaining. Here comes Herb to the lane. Good.
There's your guy.
There it is. Herb with a tie up. 64-64. 25 seconds. 23. This is where the money lies. Down by 2. Herb with the ball. Herb 6 seconds. Herb 5 seconds. Herb with the jumper. Good.
Oh my goodness.
Herb with another jumper. Herb with a jumper to tie up the ball game with 2 seconds.
It's about to be a rap.
Like a rap style game.
For real. Like, about the beatbox.
A bitty bitty box.
Oh.
We had to make it. Last shot wins, ladies and gentlemen. Man, we have the one and only I don't even have a number for you. I had a gray shirt on my paper, but Herb, man, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man.
You're good?
Yeah.
You're tired?
I'm tired, but I'm glad I got the win.
What was going through your mind after shot after shot, and you guys went to a third overtime and finally got your sudden death, man?
I know defense is going to win games, so if I got to guard the best player on the court,
what was going through your mind after
down to win? It's Mamba mentality. That's why I rock Kobe's.
There it is. That's why there it is. Kobe's. But no, man. Honestly, man, we were watching from the game, and me and Ferran always have a chat on this throughout the game. Where like we start calling out the player of the game from the very beginning. We're like, okay, this guy's gonna be the player of the game. This guy's gonna be doing it, and I called it off from the source almost before halftime. I was like, Herb, this guy, great sure is going to be the player of the game, man. You were incredible throughout the game, man. You were doing one thing that I noticed that you were doing a lot is you had an open three. You were like, no, I'm going to take a couple more steps, take an open jumper, and you made it like 3, 4, 5 times you did that. Like, what's going through your mind? You just don't...
I know my game, you know.
You know your game.
If I'm fatigued, I'm not going to take 3-point shot. I'm going to go for the high percentage shot.
Nice.
I'm a mid-range shooter. If I know I ain't got it, I look for the next best option.
But that is it. And let's talk about the shot that you took to take it to sudden death. Like you had 2 seconds left, and you put up a good contested shot, and you made it in. Like you were talking to Adam, I saw that. What were you and Adam going back and forth with?
I mean, we just being real competitive. Adam's a great player. I'm a great player. We both want to win for our team. So. That last couple of seconds, I knew that's the shot I really work on. That I go down to the corner and shoot the jump shot. So that's the shot I always work on in the game or in practice. So that's butter for me.
There it is, it's butter, and that's it. There it is, man. That was an amazing game, man. What an amazing game! You guys gave us a great experience here to call it for you guys, man. Triple overtime with sudden death. Last shot wins, and what an incredible win it was for the Hoop Kings, man. Once again, Herb, thanks a lot for stopping by here with us today, man. It was an honor to watch your guys' game and call your guys' incredible matchup here with the Hoop Kings and the LABC, man. And man, oh man, what a blowout it was. Thanks a lot, Herb. And for all of our listeners out there, thank you guys for tuning in and staying tuned to our triple header because we always have 3 games in one day. And don't forget, people, this Thursday we will be live from Grant High School in North Hollywood.
The saga continues.
Yes, it is, Ferran. And I'm ready for the saga to end right now.
Let's
go ahead and tune out. This is live from the LABC Radio Network with myself, Fredo Cervantes, and Ferran Dozier.
What's the count? What's the count right there? Ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard,
that beat,
that
man.
is what you're missing if you don't catch us
Whoa.
on the play-by-play for Sports Collective Radio. the LABC League. So with
A lot of barking, though.
you heard that, right?
Some real barking out there.
You heard that, right? So
That was nice.
I'm very proud of that clip. I'm not going to tell you how many hours it took me to put that together, but definitely I'm proud of that. So
Thank you, Farhan.
That was well done,
you
man.
guys
With the hype up, with the music when
You
it
heard
got
that? You
more
heard that? You
intense,
heard
I felt it for sure. Oh yeah,
It was good. It was good.
That's my
Thank you,
track.
Farhan.
sick stuff.
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks.
Stacked.
Is why
Major
Herb
performance.
is on the line with us. Herb, you there?
Yes, I am. What's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey,
How y'all
cool.
doing?
Oh, we good, man.
Oh,
We
good
good,
over
man.
here. Hell
What's-
yeah.
what's
Welcome
up?
to the Sports Collective.
So let's get right into it, man. Just do a quick introduction, and then I got a few questions, and then I'm gonna pass the ball to the deck, and then we'll wrap it up. So just introduce yourself to the listeners, and then we'll get started.
All right, my name is Irv. I'm calling out from LA. Street baller. Doing the recreational thing.
Yeah. So where did this when did this basketball thing start, man, for you? How long ago?
I want to say, when I was elementary school, just after lunch, during the lunch hour recess, I was on myself, instead of eating lunch or snacks, I was, dribbling the ball or, take a couple of shots and going to get one-on-one with anybody that wanted to play me from high school.
Ooh.
Just even out of high school.
Hey, Herb, I lost a girlfriend like that, man, playing too much basketball in junior high school, man. It ruined me. So you playing basketball at this level. Did you ever think about playing basketball in high school and college, or was it just like recreation?
Honestly, like I said before, I'm more of a street baller. So like playing serious organized ball was something it was nice. When I got the opportunity to, but it wasn't something that I always pursued or was like, my main priority.
Yeah.
But I did practice on my game, though, because, being the smallest person on the court, most of the time I made sure I had my couple of go-to moves so I could be, real effective when I got on the court.
Cool deal. And, one thing I focus on, man, I know you're going to get into about what you do today, is that mental toughness, man. So where do you attribute that mental toughness from, man?
Mental toughness just comes from, everything I've been through, what I've seen, my experience. I work with people with adults with developmental disabilities. So just being to work with them helps them develop their life skills and social skills. Also just helps me as a person to, just have that mental toughness when I get on the court and also translate that to my teammates.
Cool deal. And what was that experience like? You say you coached a little bit. So what is that? That's a different perspective of the game. So how did you like that?
Oh, man, coaching was awesome. I started off coaching at a recreational park right after high school. Then from there, got opportunity to coach high school ball, and then it's a different level of competition, older kids, a lot more responsibilities, a lot more parents expecting more from the kids.
Yeah.
Start coaching at a high school level. And that right there, was something I really enjoyed doing and loved doing. So if I could do it again, I definitely would. But it's definitely a competitive field to be in when you're a high school basketball coach.
Definitely. And then, on your team, man, you got one of the last OGs, Maldonado, on your team, man. So what is it like playing in the LABC League, man, in the Canyon Division?
Playing with Marvin is dope, because I knew him for a couple of years before he got on the show. But he's a humble guy, so just playing with him and helping him on the court and just helping both our games become better. I understand how you play, you understand how I play.
Yeah.
I think that our chemistry just built over the years we played together in the LBC League.
Now, I don't want to brush over you got some acting skills as well now. You dabbled in that too as well, right?
Oh, yeah, I do a little something. It's mostly like, little commercials here and there and a couple of docuseries here and there,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm having fun with it.
Cool deal, man. And you enjoy the LABC League, man. America's, man, got that league cracking, man.
Oh, man, America's my boy. Like, I met America my first year out of high school,
Wow.
We was in a class together. That was, like, over 10 years ago. So, meet America, we've just been tight ever since. So he always invites me over into the league.
Yeah.
So that's one friendship, I definitely hold on to.
Cool. He's a great guy, man. So I'm going to pass you over to the deck, man, and maybe they got some questions for you, and then we'll let you get out of here. Anybody?
Yep.
Yeah, I had a question. So you were mentioning about how you always consider yourself a street baller. What about street ball? You know, do you prefer over organized ball?
I think with street ball, you know, you don't know what to expect. You know, there's not always going to be a crowd, but when there is a crowd, you know, it may be a crowd where they can be with you or against you. You're not always going to be at your home court. You know, you may be at somebody else's court. You just build new friendships on the court, and also the trash talking level. You know, it go as far as you want it to go, and you just learn how to, you know, just be independent and just be yourself. I never really had like someone coming to see my game, so I felt like, you know, going to the street ball is like, you know what, I'm on the court by myself. Whatever happens, I get off the court, I'm still by myself. So I think that's what just kept me connected to, you know, playing on the hard top.
Cool.
Basketball is a very mental game, and you're doing a lot of very positive stuff off the court. How do you relate that basketball mental attitude to what you're doing off the field or off the court?
I think because, you know, it's just, as I got older, I understand that, you know, it's going to take more than me just shooting the ball, or more than me just doing one thing in order to win a game. It's about getting everybody involved. And I think off the court, what I do in my everyday life, whether it's at work helping different people, or whether it's, you know, meeting strangers and encouraging them and telling them they're doing a great job at their job, or, you know, just a simple hello, it just goes back and forth. Because, you know, you got to have your teammates trust you from the jump. If your teammates trust you, man, you know, that chemistry automatically builds from the jump. And then when certain situations arise, you know, they trust that, you know, you can get them to the goal, which is to get a win.
Cool deal.
Right on.
Well, Mr. Clutch, how you doing, Mr. Clutch? Mr. Clutch, you there?
He can hear you.
Can you hear me? Hey, so I got a question real quick. NBA playoffs right now. Who's your team right now?
Man, I'm rocking a Golden State T-shirt.
That's what's up. I hear you 100 on that. I hear one. Well, real quick, right now that you mentioned Golden State now, what do you think about, you know, the tough loss they just fought through yesterday? What does that mean for their team?
I feel like, you know, it's just a loss. You know, just like Kevin Durant said, you know, you take one loss, like, all right, on to the next one. We know that Golden State's a better team than the Spurs right now, so one loss isn't going to hurt us, you know, especially when we're up 3-1 in the first round, and they don't even have their superstar player.
Yeah.
It's pretty predictable what's going to happen the next game.
Yep.
Right.
And that's going to happen tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. 7:30 TNT.
Right.
Hey, Irv, man, thank you, man, for taking time out of your day, your evening, man, to call in and be a part of the segment, man. Very important for us to get this information out, because you guys do a lot of great things behind the scenes, man, and I wanted to be able to expose that you guys are these ballers, but you also are doing things out in the world, too, man. So thanks for your time, man.
Thank you, Irv.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Cool deal.
Right. Thank you.
All right, so again, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're going to be bringing you to the show is that LABC Player of the Game episode, and I got to put together a whole nother track next week. Huh?
There it is, right?
I done
A
set
tough
the bar
week.
too high.
So
You got
ahead of you.
expectations now
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
one.
You
That's
set the bar.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I expect better.
Yeah.
That Dre riff in there. I got out of it.
So again, Sports Collective TV. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Sports Collective Media. My Instagram is at IMWDC. We'll talk about some sickle cell trait stuff later. You hear the PSAs, but it's very important for student athletes to be tested. So if you have any relatives that play sports or join the military, sickle cell trait awareness is very important. So we're going to take a quick break, get right back into the rundown, huh?
The rundown. I'm going to give you the rundown on the NBA playoffs. Stay tuned for that.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that nothing but the truth.
All right, we'll be right back. Sports Collective TV.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh,
too,
man, that
bro.
shot was cold,
I
man.
hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
exhaustion, muscle spasm, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn, are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. Do you know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army, 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man. There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org.
Yeah, what's the count? We are back here on Sports Collective TV with myself, Fredo Cervantes, and now we got a brand new introduction to the deck here. Let's go, Luis. Introduce yourself real quick.
You already know it's Luwop. You can follow me at Instagram at Luwop420 on Instagram. So
there it is.
You know, I'm ready to jump.
You ready? You ready? And welcome Robert Lamar in the building. Just joining us in here right now. Go ahead and stay tuned for that as well. In the Zone with Robert Lamar is going to be coming up right after this segment here. Before that, don't forget, you can also call us in studio. You want to chat with us, telling us if we're giving you the truth or nothing but the truth. Let us know. 323-293-3375 as well. Follow us on Sports Collective Media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. As well, download the app on Sports Collective Radio. We'll go ahead and give you more details throughout the show here today for that. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. We just mentioned with Herb in the previous segment about the Warriors. They had a tough loss, but just one loss. Luis, real quick, we didn't get some of your input, but what do you think about that one loss?
I mean, they have the Spurs got a lot of veterans. You know, Manu played probably the last greatest game of his life.
Seriously,
you know, with that knee injury and the crowd cheering him on and coming back. You know, that's just like his. He's going to ride off into the sunset probably. If he comes back another year, I don't think he's going to have another high like that. I don't see the Spurs.
You never know. That's what we said last year, though.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, the Warriors, they kind of let it slip. You know, I think they were kind of already looking past, you know, the Spurs are already up 3-0. So, I mean, I look for them to get it done in Game 5.
Yeah, and one of the quick little stats that I want to throw on the table is ever since Kevin Durant joined the Warriors in the playoffs with Durant, they're 19-2. Before this loss, they were 19-1.
Right.
2 losses. Does that mean anything for them? You think they're going to lose again this year in the playoffs?
Well, they may lose another game.
They may lose, but not in this series, right?
No, I don't. I mean, maybe against the Pelicans or the Rockets. I think they can take one.
And a huge factor is if Curry comes back.
Yeah, because if Curry, I mean, without Curry, they still look kind of decent. But I mean, there was a lot of heavy loaded on Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has been playing out of his mind as well.
Right,
great shooter. So I mean, I don't believe they're gonna have any trouble throughout this series. Maybe against the Pelicans.
Yeah,
but talking about the Pelicans. Anthony Davis, holy moly, what is Anthony Davis made of?
Right?
Oscar?
I don't know, man. It's just him and Drew Holiday. You can't leave Drew Holiday out of it as well.
No.
He's balling like they cannot stop him. And that duo, like, I honestly feel like I did not expect to sweep. A lot of people were calling Portland. Yeah. I like the Twitter that the Pelicans put out this weekend where they said that no ESPN analyst picked the Pelicans to win this series. 22 analysts. And
Fox Sports.
Right, exactly.
Fox.
Exactly. So it's like they're surprising people, and all their players are playing really well. Mirotic is also coming in.
Yeah,
right?
Rondo.
Rondo.
It's the gravitational pull that Anthony Davis provides, which just opens up the whole rest of the team there, and is why we're seeing Rajon Rondo and Drew Holiday have
who's going to guard him against the Warriors? Like we were talking about, what McGee might have the best chance.
McGee might have. I mean, the size that McGee has been putting up, especially the type of way he's been playing this first round, he's actually moving his feet in the defensive end. He's doing some blocks, running the floor, getting a couple of alley-oops there and there. He's actually being efficient in the court.
And they're going to need his athleticism in that regard on defense to guard Anthony Davis because Zaza Pachulia isn't quick enough to guard him, and Draymond Green just doesn't have the size.
But he has strength, possibly.
That's true. That's true. But I say McGee is really clutch in that series.
And really quick, not to look past the Spurs, but that was just an emotional win in my point of view.
Yeah.
Everything that happened with Popovich and his family, a lot of players came together. You know, they gave out everything they could, but tomorrow's ending against the West.
Tomorrow's ending.
Yeah. And speaking of out of their misery.
Speaking of Popovich's wife, I also think that's one reason why, you know, he was gone for this game and is probably not going to return for the rest of the series. They're going to lose against the Warriors tomorrow, right? I think because Popovich wasn't around, this probably isn't Manu Ginobili's last game. I think they wanted to have that perfect sunset ending where they have a pretty good season. I mean, there was so much turmoil going on in the Spurs season this year that I don't think this is the year he wants to pick to write off.
But what is it, going back to the Pelicans, what is it without DeMarcus Cousins with them? It seems like they're doing a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, when he went out in the beginning of the year, we thought, okay, well, this is over for the Pelicans, right? This is a big part. But it turns out him being gone just gives so much more space and so much more of the ball to Anthony Davis.
That trade for Mirotic, that was huge.
Yeah, that was big too.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he shaved his beard. He's quicker now.
And he's not throwing any more punches with his teammates.
Right.
That's the reason why he's out of Chicago.
Yeah. New Orleans
he got punched, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he got punched.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if he doesn't take a punch for Rondo.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Rondo's fiery, man. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Rondo, man.
What about Rondo?
No, I said no. It's just playoff Rondo. He just elevates his game. There's certain players like Rondo. There's Patrick Beverly that in the playoffs it seems like they just play so intense throughout the whole season that when you get to the playoffs, they're on an intensity level that other people are striving to get to, and it's like they play at this intensity level all season. So playoff Rondo is like regular season Rondo. Just he's made for it, you know, and it shows when you have a player like Rondo, you know, who can distribute the ball and is so selfless to those little things. You have your one lone superstar, and then you have your supporting cast. You don't have DeMarcus Cousins in the middle who you're like, okay, well, do I got to feed DeMarcus or do I got to feed Anthony? Feed Anthony, everybody else eats off of that, you know.
Yeah.
And you look at it, 40-40-30 with Mirotic. If you add Mirotic in there, you had Drew. You had 110 points, and a 30 from Mirotic to boot. You know, so 110 just between those three players right there.
That's incredible.
Speaking about Rondo, I think this is by far the best situation he's been in since that Boston team that they won the championship with. I mean, he's been on some pretty sketchy.
How much fun is he having just with the pick and rolls and Anthony Davis?
Yeah,
like those pick and rolls, he just flies across the court.
Dude.
Yeah,
a point guard like that, he just needs a big man that could finish down low, where he just throw it up and here, finish it.
And he's starting to pack out the face again, man. He's looking like old Rondo, so I got extreme enjoyment out of watching him play like that again.
But do we have enjoyment watching what's happening in Oklahoma City? Because something is totally wrong there. And honestly, from what I've been looking at for the past couple of years, ever since Mr. Donovan, Coach Donovan got there, I think he's the problem. I think Coach Donovan just cannot coach Russell Westbrook. Of course, you got to run everything through Russell because the type of player he is, so dynamic. It's his team after Durant practically left. It's his team because when Durant was there, it was Durant's team.
That's an interesting point because Billy Donovan coming from coaching college teams, that's such a different game. You get these young kids in, they're not stars, they're not known, they have none of that power that these NBA players have, and so it's easier to coach them. You're the head of the team, right? You coach you coach them, you tell them what to do. You can't do that in the NBA as well when you have these three superstars that are just incredibly
high salary players.
High salary players. So he needs to step up and bring them into the same kind of group.
Especially when you cannot control anything. Westbrook has been doing the same mistakes for the past 2 years, ever since Durant left him. He's doing the same thing. It doesn't change. And that's the coaching's fault right there. I think the coach has to step in and be like, hey, got to stop doing this, do that. It's not coming from him. So,
and honestly, Utah have gotten two really good wins. And on my opinion, I feel that OKC has more talent. I just feel that what's his name? Donovan is being outcoached by Snyder.
And team basketball, in my opinion, will usually always be
the scoring spread. Like when you see
isolation type teams, you know?
Yeah, like everyone's putting in from Ingles, Gobert, Mitchell. Everyone's
and don't just say like Mitchell. Like Donovan Mitchell is Donovan. He's going to be the rookie of the year, in my point of view. What do you guys think about that?
I just love those hoodies that he always got.
Oh,
definition of a rookie and stuff like that.
Rookie of the year is Ben Simmons. I mean, Donovan Mitchell has had a great season, but Ben Simmons is a rookie. He didn't play all last season.
I don't know. I don't want to take him into being a rookie.
I mean, the ironic thing is that Donovan Mitchell wore that hoodie you guys are talking about, where he defined rookie.
Yeah.
But in that same definition, it said the first year of something. So by the very definition, Ben Simmons is a rookie because this is his first year playing in the NBA. So he kind of just, someone told him to wear the hoodie and he just threw it on, but it's like,
seriously.
dude, right there.
Yeah.
I wonder if he got it made the day before or something.
The first year of doing something,
Yeah.
It's Ben Simmons' first year, and Donovan Mitchell's been quite a surprise, but I mean, it's Ben Simmons. I think. I mean, you look at what he's doing, especially now in the playoffs, considering too as well.
And we've had split NBA awards before. There's been All-Star Game MVPs split,
but do they split a Rookie of the Year? I don't think
they've
so.
never done it before, but theoretically the NBA has the power to do that.
I wouldn't be mad.
If so, I think this would be a good year for that.
Before we go off, I want to touch base on one topic that we touched right before we came on the air in John Wall and the Washington Wizards and what's going on in that series right now. Honestly, my personal opinion about John Wall for the past, say, he got drafted 2011 as the number 1 overall pick from Kentucky. He is not the player who everyone thinks he is. I don't know if everyone looks at him as being a superstar, a great all-star player, but if he's going to give you 22, 10, and 5, or not even 5 rebounds, but it's just something about his play style. He just cannot win. He surprisingly surprised me yesterday with the type of game he had. He had a 37 and 15 type of game. I forgot the other stats on that, but I don't believe that. I don't believe what he's capable of doing, and Washington has been going through that same thing year and year and year and year out, and it's not working.
I mean, we were definitely expecting more of a breakout from Wall way sooner than right now.
Yeah, because we're 7-8 years later.
Right, and Beal is outshining him by far. I mean, you ask me, I think he's the best player on that team right now. The thing about Wall, I think a lot, is these shoot-first point guards are going to have a tough time competing against teams who play real team basketball, because moving the ball is always going to be better than a player looking to – I'm not saying he's trying to boost his stats, but he is thinking basket first before ball movement. Kind of in my opinion, that's kind of what I get from watching Wall.
What I saw last game, I think John Wall was just comfortable hitting his spots.
Right.
He wasn't trying to be this 3-point shooter that, he was really pushing himself to be. He was
because he can't shoot threes.
I mean, if he can be like last game, then...
But he was hitting those mid-rangers all day.
Yeah.
All day. And he's rocking that Kobe fro, that young Kobe fro. So.
Seriously, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he has to cut that thing. Once I saw it, I was like, wait.
He was hitting those baseline jumpers like Kobe.
I did see that one towards the end of the game. Right. I saw that one. It did remind me of Kobe. But, I mean, that's enough for the rundown here for the NBA playoffs on Sports Collective TV. Right now, don't forget as well, follow us on Sports Collective Media. Call us in 323-293-3375 if you have any questions coming up. On the next segment, it's In the Zone with Robert Lamar, and we'll be right back here on Sports Collective TV, Morris Media.
All right.
Hey, I'm Sergeant First Class Ferran Dozier. I'm here at the military base, and I have the sickle cell trait. Now, why I got involved is I experienced what they call sickle cell trait exertion. And I was doing the Army physical fitness test, the 2-mile run, and when I got done, I collapsed. A lot of soldiers and athletes have been dying at football fields and running track, and the family members have no idea that they have the sickle cell trait gene or that it's a trigger. So my purpose is to mobilize the community so we can find out what's in your genes. How would life be if we could prevent another child from being born with sickle cell trait or disease? And if a child was born with the trait or disease, that the family members would have the education, awareness, and resources in every city that they lived in. So tune into our webinar series and find out what's the count. What's the count? What's the count? What's the count?
We're facing week 1.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Hey, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. You know who it is. It's your boy Robert Lamar in the building.
In the zone. Let's go.
Hey, we are in the zone with Robert Lamar, and we are going to talk about the NFL draft.
It's getting to that time.
Now, let me just say shout out to my boy Bradley Chubb, who I interviewed 2 weeks ago at the Adidas 7-on-7 National Championships. I am a huge fan of him, and personally, I hope he goes number one. It's not going to happen, but he will be the top defensive player going off in this draft.
They got him at number 3 right now. If this order makes a difference,
they do. But you know how these GMs are, man.
Right.
I mean, you can have one GM say, you know what, I'm going to draft him number 1, and then I'm going to draft Barkley number 2, but blah blah blah. We don't know how it's going to go until Thursday.
They got a scheme going, right? They don't want.
You don't know what's going on until it happens, man. These GMs got different ideas than we do, man. You know, this is mostly for us, the fans.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But let's get into it though.
I was going to ask you, if you're sitting there, was it the Jets at the 3? Like
Jets at number 3.
Who would you pick? Would you go for a quarterback that you've been, if they're hyping up these quarterbacks like they're franchise players already?
You got to. Because what are you without a quarterback?
Right. But you were just talking about Chubbs being a difference maker on defense.
Chubb is a difference maker and all, but see, the Jets have a front line.
Right.
Their line is solid.
Right.
But who's their quarterback?
Is he 6'4", 260?
The crazy part is he didn't look like he was 260. I mean, these dudes are in such great shape to the point where if I just looked at him, just said, okay, you're probably about 245, 250. Nah, that muscle was a little bit heavier than he looks, man.
Right. Toned, cut.
He's a difference maker, big time. And I like him, but Cleveland Browns.
What are they? This is like the 5th year in a row they have the number 1 overall pick or something like that.
Well, when you lose like that, that's
seriously.
what you get.
Have you seen a T-shirt?
No.
The 23 quarterbacks that have been drafted.
No, I have not seen that T-shirt.
I think it was since 2000.
Wow.
It is terrible.
Maybe they need to pick something different, huh?
No, maybe they got to get LeBron James to come.
Right.
Hey, he's being recruited.
Yeah,
he's being recruited.
Pittsburgh.
Can you throw the ball?
but this is the thing. We all know who's going in this draft. We have Sam Darnold.
Right.
Josh Rosen. Chosen Rosen. Bradley Chubb. Shaq Barkley. I love Barkley. I mean, Josh Allen, quarterback.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Another
from Wyoming.
Say you guys took over the Cleveland Browns GM job. I would have wished that on none of you guys.
Thank you.
But say if you did. Fredo, who are you selecting as your number 1 draft pick?
I would honestly go with, as much as a UCLA supporter I would have to go with Barkley.
Yeah. And why is that?
Because you see something, I was looking at some video of him, and he's just a smarter player overall. I think when you have someone at quarterback, I forgot who it was. We had, I think it was your guy here, who was one of our guests a couple weeks ago, and I was having a conversation with him, and he was talking about the quarterback situation. Now, the quarterback's the most important position in the NFL, so you need someone smart enough to not throw the ball away. That's the number key thing in football. No turnovers. Don't turn over the ball.
Right.
And if you have someone who can keep the ball and be a smart guy, he's the guy to choose. Because with the Browns, I mean, it's going to be hard because it seems like you might be cursed in who you choose. But I have to go with him. If I hope I'm not the real GM.
You know what? Hey, and that's a safe pick. And honestly, he might be the best player in this draft.
Yep.
But look at what Cleveland has done in the offseason. Keep in mind, they do have a weed-free Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
And they also signed Jarvis Landry.
Mm-hmm.
So they have 2 stud wide receivers.
Right.
But who's throwing them the ball?
And you got Coleman still, right? He's recovering from his hand injury.
Yeah, he's still recovering.
Right.
But who's their quarterback?
Johnny Football.
So
Johnny Football gone. And Deshaun Winston. I mean, and then Deshaun Kaiser. He's
right.
So they've been drafting quarterbacks, and none of them have been working out.
They had Kaiser last year.
Yeah, and Kaiser is raw. If you want to invest in Kaiser, you don't know what he is yet. But it's one of those things in the NFL. If you're playing quarterback, they want to kind of see you strike some gold early.
Yeah.
And, and if you look at the Rams, Look at Jeff Goff. How did he do his rookie year? Not that great.
Yeah, but you got to blame
second year
on Fisher.
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's an underrated point. What he just said was Jeff freaking Fisher.
He's not worried about his offensive line. Does not know anything about quarterbacks.
Right.
And then you see next year what McVay did.
Yeah.
Rookie coach comes in.
Exactly.
Bingo.
But he was known as an offensive genius.
Right.
So I support the chosen ones, the best NFL franchise of all time, the San Francisco 49ers.
Excuse me?
I just said it. I mean, wait a minute, hold on.
Take it back.
I will take it back, but I have a question for you. How many titles have your team won?
We haven't been keeping count. But doesn't mean I don't know how to count. Because how many do you have? I know you guys are third with the most?
We're tied for second, actually. If you want to keep it 100. I mean, we have 5. We should have 6, but we have 5.
Kobe has 5 by himself.
Hey, but your
that's
team,
true. But Jordan has 6. If you want to keep it 100,
that's true.
But what kind of regalito gift did y'all get at the end of the year with New England getting Jimmy G to come over?
Hey, first and foremost, thank you, New England. And this is all over hurt feelings over there, so that's personally not our problem.
You'll take it.
So basically, if you really want to, we can include Jimmy G a part of this draft class, free agency class.
Right.
I mean, so we're already winning. But we have the number 9 pick, and my hope is that we trade out of it.
Why is that?
Because we can get an extra pick in the second round.
So you'd rather give up the first round?
I would love to get 2 second-rounders.
2 second
We're not giving up the first round. We're just going to move down to whoever trades up. The word is Buffalo is trying to trade into the top 5.
Okay.
Because they want to get one of these quarterbacks.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that nobody's like giving them a good deal, and we don't have to give them too much.
Would you do it if you was in charge?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because there's so much talent in the second round. There's so much talent in the second round. They view second round draft picks as like first rounders these days.
Damn.
So I would do it. But if it was my choice, I would probably get. I guess if we stayed at number 9, if I like Raekwon Smith, man, Georgia linebacker.
Ooh.
I like him. He's like a Patrick Willis clone.
Damn.
But is that what your team needs?
Yes.
That's what they need.
We need a linebacker. If you haven't been paying attention, Reuben Foster has been beating up his girlfriend, and he has been smoking weed, and he is a rookie, so we're starting off in the wrong the wrong freaking foot. Now, the issue is, see, he hasn't been in trouble before, so that's normally a 4-game suspension. With his case, probably 6. But the issue is that we've had Alden Smith before, and we've been through this already. So there's a big question with this dude's future.
Is that how y'all go down?
We don't get down like that.
Damn.
Jeez Louise.
San Francisco, huh?
All the way to San Francisco for that?
You know what? Shut up. Just because he's a Rooney guy.
I am.
I mean, I guess you guys are classy and whatnot, but
thank you for that.
It is what it is, man. Who would you draft with your team? Because you guys made it to the NFC Championship game.
Yes, we did, and we're
not
making our way to the Super Bowl this year, I believe.
You guys will be a favorite to do so.
Yes, we are.
So what are you missing?
I think we need. It's hard, but I think we need an extra weapon on the wing side. We need another receiver.
Okay.
We need someone young, another young guy who's going to give us another push, because it seems like sometimes we get those young rookies, those young guys, who they usually perform for us. For some reason, they perform for us, and it might be all the credit to go with the coaching, but I need another receiver out there. I haven't.
So who are you looking at receiver wise that could possibly be available at the end of the first round?
Because we do have the 27
something
pick.
like that.
I think we have the 27 pick. I'm not too sure who we're going to take this year. I'm not too sure. I haven't been really keeping a close eye on the receiver, because I know that's not what we're going to take. I know that's not what we're going to take. But in my case, I would take a receiver.
You would take a receiver.
Yeah, in my case.
So for your squad, who is your squad?
Well, I mean, the Rams are pretty stacked everywhere with the offseason they had.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys don't have a first-round draft pick.
Well, I was going to say if we did, we would just trade it for another year, because I feel like a lot of the things we need, we already started getting over the offseason.
Can you explain to our audience what the whole process with that is, with the Rams pretty much selling out to win this year?
Seriously.
For the draft? Because there's a situation with you guys in the first round. You guys, what did you guys do?
With the draft pick?
Yeah.
Choke.
well, what's it called? What do you mean choked?
They didn't choke. They invested on winning now is what they did.
No, I mean what happened in last year's playoffs.
Oh,
That's what happened.
Well, once again.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Just had to bring that up.
And he's bringing that up, and,
okay.
and his team got beat by a backup quarterback, but we're not going to go there.
We had a backup quarterback, too, so it was backup against backup, all right?
So no excuse there, right?
No excuses.
But the backup lit y'all up, though.
Yeah.
But the thing is with the Rams, they got rid of their first-round draft pick to get pretty much a first-round talent in Brandon Cooks.
Right.
So they don't really need anything in the first. To be honest with you guys, is about as complete as possible. But with that being said, who in the draft do you think will be a difference maker, or at least to be able to contribute to this already stacked team that you guys are presenting to the NFC, pretty much?
I feel it would have to be the O-line, just getting more depth.
Okay.
One of the things that's definitely going to take us in the long run is keeping Goff healthy. And that's one of the things the best teams always have depth in their line. I mean, NFL, you have injuries.
Yeah.
And you just want to have that ready for the long season and stuff. So just having that depth, either O-line or D-line.
Okay, and last but not least, Pittsburgh Steelers. God, I hate that team. He knows how much I hate that organization.
We got about a $6.4 million cap. So I think if it was me, you got to find somebody to replace Ben, man, because them Roethlisbergers is about time. I'm a fan of the game, but
and the coach too.
It's about time.
If you
for
can
the
find a coach.
So I think Ben is staying around for the paycheck at this point. So
But
if you have a
that
chance,
could
but if you have a chance to get Lamar Jackson out of Louisville, aka Action Jackson,
Yeah,
do you get him?
of course.
Okay, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but the crazy part is I think with my draft surprise is that I think Lamar Jackson is going to the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
What? Why would you say that?
Because Belichick likes him.
Yes, and when he likes something.
And we like something?
That's what's crazy, right? Brady 2 more years.
Right.
Learn from Brady for 2 years. And then when Brady retires, release Action Jackson.
Is that going to be some Garoppolo?
Hey, Garoppolo's going to take us to the Super Bowl and win it. That's what we're going to do.
Damn, you heard it here first.
I'm going to take
You heard it here first.
Hey. I didn't say this year. I didn't say this year.
That was a blanket statement.
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen, though.
But Rob, I wanted to ask you one thing. One thing about your Niners.
Uh-huh.
You're already laughing because you already know it. But no, honestly, this is no joke.
It is.
We open with you guys.
But we do open week 1.
Yeah.
We're going to take it. But Sherman, what was that all about?
That was a pride thing, man. And the only reason why I said it, and I'm glad that we got him. You see the contract details. He had to perform for us to pay him.
Yeah.
Because his base salary is $2 million.
Right.
But one of those things where it's just like, that is pretty much what you do not want to ever see.
Yeah.
I don't care if you like a guy, hate a guy. You don't ever want to see a guy say, you know what, I'm going to show them and pretty much bet your life on your body coming off of a major injury, getting up to what you were before the injury.
Right.
That's a big gamble.
Right.
Yeah.
But if he performs,
Right.
Then
That's scary.
then we are a problemo
for who?
for your team, for your team, and for your team. We play every team except for your sorry team. But
Seriously.
I'm not even going to even deal with the Steelers or whatnot. You guys got Juju, and I like Juju, but I hate his team.
They speak for themselves, man.
You know what?
I don't have to say anything.
It is
Steeler
what it
fans,
is.
where y'all at, man? 323-293-3375.
Steeler fans don't call.
Where y'all at?
This isn't Pittsburgh. But it is what it is, though. So
you have a chance does he have a chance this year?
we need some things to happen. we need players to actually perform. If we can get Sherman to live up to Sherman's previous level, we have a chance because our rookie played well, and our rookie is a Sherman clone. He's 6'3", 215, 440. So, and then our secondary is pretty good. Linebackers are pretty decent. Our D line, I would like to see another. I would like to see another rush in. We need another rush in. Be honest with you, so we might actually go with the guy from Virginia Tech. We might see what's up with him.
I like what Shanahan's doing. I remember the 2 games that you played the Rams. Entertaining games. It could have been like a personal thing between McVay and Shanahan. But that offense is definitely looking a lot better.
Entertaining.
Well, since Jimmy came, we were 6-0.
Right.
But The Rams.
Wow.
The last game when the Rams played, the Rams.
That out there real quick.
I'm surprised. Against who?
We beat Jacksonville.
Oh, no.
We actually kind of gave it to Jacksonville a little bit.
All right.
We beat the Rams without their starters, so let's put that in perspective. The Rams, everybody, golf, everybody did not even play.
But even the first one, where it was a shootout, they were just going back and forth, and they were just throwing everything out.
Basically,
he's really coming out with something with that offense, especially how it was before.
Well, we got his running back from Minnesota, so we'll see how that is. McKinnon. So we'll see how that goes with him.
McKinnon. Hey, we need an outside linebacker and an inside linebacker and a safety for what it's worth.
Well, we'll see how that goes with you guys. You guys have to deal with New England again. But then again, how about you guys don't choke at home against Jacksonville or anybody else in the playoffs?
Ouch. Shots.
Some people are really choke artists. We're good choke artists.
Maybe your coach is.
Yep. That's what I said.
Maybe your coach
like
is.
that. What do you got against my coach, man?
Tomlin?
He's
How many years has he had it for already?
He's decent, man.
He's
10 years?
decent. And you know, the only thing that's saving him is that Super Bowl.
Seriously. What was it? 1999?
What was it? 09?
09.
For real.
But it is what it is, though.
For real, though.
So, hey, we're about to wrap this up, man. We got the big alert coming up, man.
Yeah.
So
alert.
Be ready for the ding. And hey, if you guys want to call in, you guys can give us a call at 323-293-3375.
Hey, Sports Collective TV, Sports Collective Media, Twitter, Instagram, Sports Collective on Facebook Media. Make sure you follow us. We'll be back next Monday as well, so make sure you stay tuned for all the social media posts and shout us out. What's up, man? Everything's good?
Everything's good. Hey, I got an interview with Bradley Chubb. So you can go to my Instagram at Robert Lamar 26, or you can go to the Twitter at Robert Lamar 26. You can see the full interview on Twitter. So check that out.
What you said, like 3 minutes?
3 minutes. I got it's so OG. I got him and also Jordan Lashley of UCLA.
Nice.
Wide receiver.
UCLA.
Check it out.
He's no joke. Oh, we got a caller. Hold on.
What, we got a caller?
Oh. You're live with Sports Collective TV.
Man, it's the Cali Sportsman, man.
Cali.
Yeah, man, y'all sound good.
What's up, yo? What's up?
I was wondering where that pimped out wagon was.
MIA, but not Miami.
Right.
Got me by the Iron Gate. I can't get in there, but
there you go.
Again.
There you go. Whatever. He lied. He ain't outside.
man, I'm telling you, 24's outside, baby. I'm outside. I've been outside. I'm living.
That's what happened when you tardy.
Him and them 24s. He always know how to make somebody feel poor.
Right. Hey, so we got alert coming up next, man. You want to chime in or what's up? What's the count? We're going to take a quick break.
I'm just in the parking lot. I'm just.
All right, man. We're going to get this quick break in here real quick.
All right, then.
All right, 20-second timeout. Sports Collective TV. We want to thank you so far for listening in. This is the cast right here. We'll be back in a short second. Shout us out. What's the count? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh, man, that shot was cold,
I
man.
hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Exhaustion, muscle spasm, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn. Are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. Do you know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man.
There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org.
All right. Back to Sports Collective TV. We want to thank you so far for listening to the show.
I've been waiting for this.
We have a blast. This is one of our highlights of the
When
afternoon.
Al brings out the toys, man.
Yeah,
that's when
baby.
it gets popping. All right.
Alert with the alarm.
Yeah.
Introduce your segment, man. Let's go.
I'm going to bring it right into it. This is the NBA alert, or the alert, if you will.
Alert.
Bring out my alarms so my crew can ring the bells as soon as they think it's calls for alarm for the certain team.
Let's do it, big baby.
Let's do it. And this is a weird one. I'm going to start off with something here. The Bucks just recently won their last playoff game by 2 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, hitting the tip-in game winner there.
Yeah.
He decides to go out to dinner after the game, goes to a local restaurant. An hour and a half after the game ends, he tips the buzzer beater in, and they let him sit at the restaurant for over 10 minutes when he leaves to go to a pizza place. Now, for the city of Milwaukee, re-signing Giannis Antetokounmpo, is this cause for alarm?
You damn right.
Yeah.
You can't get no Mexican food, and you 6'11".
Wow.
Man. Come to
what's
LA.
up? Milwaukee. In
Come
Milwaukee,
to LA.
right?
So,
That's what I'll say.
is
We
it
got all
something
the
against
Mexican
Mexican
food
food?
you need.
Hey, he was trying to get some tacos, Callie.
We got all the food you need
If
over
it was
here.
Italian food, he wouldn't have had that problem.
Oh, he went to get pizza right after
He
that.
went to go get pizza.
He went to go get pizza. And worst thing about it is all the people in the restaurant noticed it. They started taking pictures, posting on social media.
That was crazy.
Before the people at the restaurant even noticed who he was.
Wow.
So he goes to this pizza place,
Yeah.
and they start taking pictures of him and posting it on social media.
Exactly.
So
They're
that's
lost.
Free food.
That's that life.
Bad
out,
publicity.
Milwaukee. Watch out.
Bad
Watch out.
publicity. What you got next,
All
big
right,
baby?
next one. The Pelicans sweep the Blazers to advance to the second round, while the Warriors are having a little bit of trouble overcoming the Spurs, losing their last game. What was that? 103-90. Now, in addition to all of this and a little bit of the injury drama that the Warriors have going on, Steve Kerr also said that Steph Curry won't be playing anytime soon.
Liar.
Is this cause for alarm for the Warriors?
Well, if Curry does not come back for the next series,
Ooh, okay, all right. Well,
if he doesn't come back, that's a little alarming.
what's your prediction how the series ends if he doesn't come back?
They can take the Warriors to 6 games at least. You got to understand, Rondo's the X factor.
Yeah,
who's going to deal with Rondo?
Who's going to deal with Anthony Davis too? Right?
And Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday and Clay is canceling out each other right now.
Hey, but who's going to deal with Kevin Durant?
So
who's going to deal with Klay Thompson?
So if it goes
Drew
on,
Holiday.
No, undersized on Klay Thompson. He's not going to be able to guard.
Yes, he can.
Be able to guard.
He's quicker than Klay.
No, yeah, he might be quicker.
He's quicker.
But Klay is too smart for him.
No, he's not.
We'll find out.
We will.
We'll find out, Robert. We'll find out.
What do you think, WDC?
It's a
Who
decoy.
got that?
Steph Curry's a decoy.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's a decoy.
Does anybody think the Pelicans can win this one?
The decoy.
No.
No.
Decoy.
That's over. Decoy? All right. You think they're just
Stop
playing
ringing
around?
the bell, man. It's not an alarm.
There we go. Moving on to the other series, the Cavs just barely beat the Pacers 104-100. Considering all the drama and the fact that the Cavs really want to contend for an NBA championship here, guys, with Lance Stevenson all in LeBron's head, is this cause for concern?
No.
Whatever.
No? Oh, okay. All right.
When the East is
Real quick.
when the East is in
Cleveland
the house, oh my God.
Cleveland is having it pretty hard. They thought it was going to be a lot easier for them. It's not going to be.
What?
Surprisingly, Game 7 is going to go to Game 7, and it's going to happen. Whether it's going to be happening in Cleveland. Game 7 in Cleveland.
Okay.
Is LeBron going to give up like he did in 2010 against the Celtics in Game 7 when he said bye-bye to Cleveland and left to Miami? He gave up in Game 7. He gave up in that series.
I don't know if he gave up. I think he kind of got blown out.
He got blown out, but at the time he was
by
like,
that
I'm
big
done.
three.
We got
I'm
2
done.
minutes. We got 2 minutes.
There you go.
But yeah, that's going to happen in
You
Cleveland.
got one more on the topic? We
Yeah,
got 2
I mean,
minutes.
if LeBron, if they lose the series, he's in like
He's
LA
gone.
by the second round. So
Whatever.
He's going to be in Houston.
Come to LA.
the
Come to LA.
last one right
Tired of
here.
him jumping
Shut up.
teams.
You are such a hater.
Alert.
There we go.
All right, let's go.
All right, and the Jazz win Game 3 to make the series 2-1, and with the hopes of re-signing Paul George in the offseason and the importance of OKC really getting a structure in this team. Guys, cause for alarm for OKC?
Oh,
absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Right.
Troubles?
It's kind of showing that you're not going to be able to win nothing with Russell, man. I mean, you got three all-stars in your squad, and this is what you're going through right now?
Probably Hall of Famers.
Coach.
Every last one of them will be.
Yeah.
Troubles, y'all.
This is alarming as hell.
OKC.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is a team who should have been the second seed.
Yeah.
Should have been the second seed, at least.
I agree. And we spoke about Billy Donovan really not having control over that locker room.
What is he doing?
Too much talent.
Nothing.
I mean,
He's like Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Yeah.
Trying to tell Floyd to punch. You're not telling him anything. What are you there for?
he's like allocating minutes, and that's about it. But
I think
that's the end of the NBA alert. Sounds like, right?
Cool deal, man.
Hey,
there we go.
We're rolling that over the next week.
Oh yeah,
we got that next week. We gonna make that Al alert next week even more crunker. Stay tuned for that next
I'm gonna
week.
get some louder buzzers. All right.
Again, thank you for tuning and listening to Sports Collective TV. Make sure you follow us Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Sports Collective Media. Catch us on the app, Sports Collective Radio. Download that on Google Play. Apple is coming soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
If not,
Lady.
go to Spreaker.com, Sports Collective Radio for the play-by-play. We loaded down with that one. So,
yep.
And again, thanks for my man here.
Yeah, hit me on TV.
Shouts out to the rest of the crew and Abigail who didn't come today, but you know we got you. We got your back. So stay tuned. Shouts out to Cali Sportsman who was on the call with us
in the parking lot.
In the parking lot, holding it down.
Just on the CEO stuff.
Hey, next Monday, very important segment I got coming. Lupus Awareness Month is coming in May, so I have a young lady who has lupus, but her son plays soccer, so I'm gonna tie in this, how she battles this chronic illness, but still supports her son, and how he helps supporting her illness as well.
Sounds like a great story.
Next week, the 30th. And you got some people coming possibly on the 30th too, right?
Possibly. Hey, I'm dealing with some All-American divas, so we'll see how that goes.
All right. Just follow us, Sports Collective TV Media, Sports Collective Media on Instagram, and we'll post up all the things coming up for the 30th. Shout us out. What's the count?
Here he is cooking in the short season. The Giants win it 12-7.